All right. Give me 1 second. All right. Give me 1 second. All right. Sorry, I'm having technical issues. I just tried to log in into my YouTube account to read the chat. Okay, then I need to do it from a Chrome window. Yeah, welcome everyone. Can I pop this out? Okay, that works as well. Okay. Yeah. Welcome to the stream. I'm just starting again to work on the algo trader framework, and yeah, just thought why not start the stream. Was working a little bit on other projects as well, and also, yeah, since the last video, worked a bit offline on the project, worked on a backtester, and where's the last commit here? 4th of April. I think that was the last state of the video, so as you can see, there were quite some changes on the dev branch at least. And now I wanted to start the project and it didn't run, as always. Didn't change anything and just don't work. Yeah, but now it is working. And yeah, as I said, I was working on a backtester, which is also roughly working, I guess. Maybe we can check this out. What is it? .venv. Yeah. So I was building a backtester that can run as can run vectorized backtests as well as event-driven backtests, and you can just change it by adding a parameter. Currently, it's just a CLI tool, and probably the plan for this stream is to bring the run backtests to the UI, so we can see the traits and yeah. As you can see, the advantage of a vectorized backtester is speed. This one was pretty much almost instant there. And yeah, the event-driven backtester takes a while because it loops over every event. Alright, yeah, I also got a bit into vibe coding, agentic coding, whatever you want to call it. And therefore, that's probably also the plan to work on this one. Let me maybe run this here in the background. Did we have a command for this? Make detached. Sounds good. And yeah, here the event-driven backtest finished as well. I think it's not. It might not be the same settings even. Yeah, it's not the same settings. But I think I had some small issues that the both backtests were not completely giving the same results, but when we have this in the UI, we might have it easier to actually see what's the output of the backtests, not just by looking at the values. All right, this. So what do we want to do? So how I think this should look like is currently that we have some markers. Probably these serious markers, just to to visualize when we enter or exit a trade. And yeah, all the data we are already writing to a database. What is it? Post PG admin. I'm not sure which scene here is the best. So timescale. What is it? Schema. Here. So we have closed trades, backtest fills, and backtest runs. Wasn't there count create drop? This one's so nice. Okay, we don't have runs. Did I turn off the persistence? No, this was persist results. Select all from there we have it. Okay. And then backtest runs. Yeah, okay. So we should have the information to then. It's the question, do we want to have the closed trades? Probably we are reading the closed trades. Yeah, the closed trades probably. So all right. I would like to visualize backtest runs in the UI. For this, I would like to be able to select the strategy run. So we need a button in the header to open a modal and then list all the executed strategy runs. And similar to the applying indicators, no. And when selecting a strategy, it should be load all the executed traits from the database using the database accessor API, and then loading or visualizing the traits on the chart. Yeah, in the past I was also working on, as I said, on different projects. One of them is this voice to text tool, transcription tool. It is called VoicePipe if you want to check it out. It's only available for Mac, but I'm also planning to improve this further. So So yeah, it's a local transcription tool, only one-time payment, and I think that's pretty valuable. The current time to use AI. First decision. Read backtest runs through the backtest API instead of the yes. Wait. Backtest API. Through the backtest API. True. Yeah, yeah, you're correct. We should use the database backtester API for this. Yes, it should overlay the closed traits and not the raw fills. For visualizing, I would like to use the series markers, which are a component provided by lightweight charts. Okay. I don't even remember. Did I already implement it? I think I already implemented stop loss and take profits, so maybe we can do it also. Should the backtester run pick global history or contextual to the current chart? Selecting run overlays that runs closed trades on the current chart. I think that does not make sense. Do not side identity switch. I do think the modal should show also the symbol exchange and the time frame of the backtest run. And when opening it, it should open the chart which the backtest was run on, executed on. Should the model show only succeeded backtest runs or all runs non-succeeded? Yep, I do agree with that. Then I wanted to look. Where is it? Backtester. Source. I have it already open here. Okay, I do have it, I think, already implemented. But only with the percentage based. Question would be how we can visualize this. What should happen? The selected backtest run reference market that is no longer in the front end's market list. Yeah, I think if a clear error is fine when the market is not existing anymore. Yeah. Sounds good. Let's show a clear error if it does not exist anymore. I think I already. I should selection support only the current single symbol backtest run contract. Should we design the UI for the future? Yes, I do agree. Let's only start with single symbol only. Is the right marker for the installed libraries dependency? Okay. How should one backtest closed traits map? So arrow up, below bar, to blue, entry. exit reason. Do we want to have this at the marker? I guess the signal does make sense, but okay, an entry marker with arrow arrow up below bar is good. In the entry text, I would like to have something, for example, like buy at then some price, or sell at some price. For the exit marker, I would like to have what are we doing at the exit marker? What are they doing here? They have, in the example, they have also the exit price. Yeah, maybe we just do it also like this, having the exit price have a similar pattern like sell at price or buy at price. I would like to not have the take profit and or stop loss in it. For this, I would like to add some horizontal line that starts at the entry bar or at the next bar. I guess at the entry is fine. And ends at the exit bar. Stop loss line should be red, take profit line should be blue. But I'm not sure which component we actually should use for this, or how we can implement this. Maybe you should look up the docs for it first. Do we want to have anything for the signals? I guess I would skip it. Okay, no connector line between entry and exit. Connector line between because because you especially want a series marker. Yeah, don't like these connector lines anyway. With the no connector line, I do agree. I think these, what's meant by this is these lines that are sometimes drawn from the entry to the exit. Just straight lines through. Don't really see the benefit out of this. Right. I mean, we can also look if you see any lines. Lines at a price line. I think these price lines are horizontal. Yeah, they go from through the entire chart. Is there actually a component for this line series? Price line? That's just interface. Or maybe you can access. Maybe you can define this that they only start and stop at some point. Docs find create series marker for entry exit markers, not create price line. Okay, we need to create some custom things, I guess. For the first slice, should the red-blue horizontal line use the actual protective exit price? Already store. Exit reason. I think I would like to draw these stop loss and take profit lines always, no matter if we hit the stop loss or take profit or signal. Both lines should always be shown. If there was actually a take profit and or stop loss defined in the strategy. Okay, that means a planned protective levels lines. That means there are planned protective level lines, not exit result annotations. Okay. Should the first slice derive protective lines prices in the front end from the run request, or should we add explicit planned level lines to the durable trade contract? Okay, so the strategy run stores these percentage levels. Current engine are only along only and planned. I think the cleaner option is to actually write the data to the database during the backtest, right? Therefore, I think we should do this change now within this feature implementation. So the front end can then not only get the stop loss and take profit from the strategy configuration, but read the actual stop loss and take profit prices from the database through the API. So the API probably also needs then to be extended. Okay, that's a contract change, not just UI wiring. Cleaner UI should display actual planned levels and not infer them from strategy internals. Should it persist these as nullable fields? Yes. Yes, I do agree with that. How should existing career? Track backtest traits behave after the schema change. Treat missing null. I think we can go the way with least effort. There are currently no real important backtests stored. We can make this a breaking change, either backfiltered with just null values, or I would be also fine with just deleting the current runs beforehand. Do not delete existing runs and do not backfill. Add nullable columns with an idempotent schema update. System will simply return null for both fields. So if it exists, we return always null. But does this make any sense? Do we have any advantage to keep the backtests if they already had a run with, for example, take profit, and then we turn this to null and try to display it? It would not be correctly, right? Therefore, I think I still prefer to just delete this. Don't see the benefit here to keep the old runs. You know what? You're right, keep old. Should we make this a new result schema version? Okay. So we deleted. Next question, should we make this new result schema version? Yes, we can do this. how should the one-time deletion be delivered? It's mounted into Docker. Do not recommend putting. You know what? I am just deleting this now myself. Can do this in the UI. Does this work? What is it? Delete from backtest threads. Discard, yes. Okay, that's gone. All from fills and all from backtest runs. I did just manually delete all the backtest runs and data related to this. You can check it, but I think we do not need to add any further scripts to run this. Great. Next question. When selecting a backtest run, should the chart load the run's historical date range instead of another range, an overlay, fit the view. I think I don't like it this way. That means if we have a 10 years backtest of I don't know, 1 minute candles, it would try to load every data at the same time, as far as I understand it. But this would load the entire data from the entire backtesting range, right? So we would have a problem if we have a large backtest, for example, for 10 years of 1 minute candles, then it would try to load the entire data at once. I think the better solution is to just load the data and store it in cache and just normally load the current chart. And the backtest is then, for example, if we have a backtest that is going, I don't know, until start of 2026, and we have much more new data, then we will not see the actual backtest. How do we solve this? I would like to keep the current chart as is. And only apply the backtest on it. So that it pretty much, that we still have the price updates, that is still live. Yeah, so pretty much exactly how TradingView is running it. But TradingView is calculating the backtest live. And we have it kind of asynchronously. I think it's fine. You might then later add a button, something like restart backtest or recalculate backtest, so we also fill the newest data or backtest the newest data and get this also in the backtest run. Yeah, I think I would like to keep it. So what did we said? Load the data and store it in cache, and normally load the current chart. The current chart should also still be live updated. The problem that there might be much more new data than the backtest tests that we can ignore for now. I guess in the future we will add functionality to update the backtest to also run it for newer data. Since the chart is then lazy loaded, on lazy loading the candlesticks, we should not only load these, but then also insert the trade data for this bucket. Let's see. Let's name this precisely as a loaded candle range, not bucket. Should the front end fetch all closed dates for the selected run once? I guess. But first we're going to fetch all closed dates, trades. Because everyone's cached them in front end and overlay store. It still avoids the dangerous 10-year candle load. I think even for 10 years we won't have a problem with too much data requesting at once. Therefore, I guess we don't need to batch this in some way. I guess that's fine. I think we don't need to batch it for the V1. Was machen wir heute? Ich arbeite am Algo Trading Framework weiter. Ich habe offline einen Backtester geschrieben und jetzt wollen wir die Backtest Results dann auch im Chart anzeigen lassen. So that we can see entry exits of the trades and yeah, pretty much visualize everything that happens during the backtest to verify it. Should selecting a backtest run persist across page refreshes? If you also persist selected backtest run IDs, but we must handle deleted missing runs. Do not persist the backtest selected backtest. Should selecting a backtest run persist across? I think I don't want to persist the data, but I think just persisting the run ID So when we refresh, that it is applied again would be good. Overlays and persisting market time frame is enough. The overlay is an introspection mode from the model. On refresh, it should clear. The user can reopen the run. This avoids stale selected run error. I mean, this would be simpler, but I think I don't want to have this. I think I still want to store the selected run ID in local storage. So when the browser is refreshed, we reload the backtest. And I guess we need to add something like an overlay similar to the indicators that shows the applied backtest. And so we can also remove it from the chart. This should always be applied to the candlestick chart and not to any indicator panes. I guess that's better. Do we store indicators? We store time frame? I guess not, right? And I now refresh. Yeah, indicators we are also not storing yet. It's also a feature we could implement. Selected. Next question, should the overlay control be a small panel inside the chart similar to yes. Top level. Strategy ID, symbol, time frame. Do we want to have the symbol and time frame? I mean, what happens if we applied a strategy and then change the chart? Do we want to remove the strategy? Should it only not show on chart? I mean, for indicators, it's clear we can just recalculate it whenever we change the time frame, change the chart, whatever. Maybe we add another button like that we can apply the chart and time frame when you click on the strategy. That it redirects automatically to the correct chart and time frame. Because otherwise you would, or you might not know how we just write it down. Maybe let's just do this proposed way. The model remains in place and choose a different one. Yes, I do agree with that. The backtest API already supports status symbol, timeframe, strategy engine, submitted from and submitted 2 milliseconds. That's the question. What version 1 controls should the backtest run history model have? What controls should the backtest run history model have? Load all runs with no server filters, newest first. Sounds reasonable. Should show client side search filter controls for status and text search across strategy symbol, timeframe and run ID. Yeah, search might be nice. No date picker and no server-side pagination. Disable. Disable non-selectable rows with a reason. Not succeed. Missing market. Okay, and add refresh icon button in the... Do we need a refresh icon? I do agree with that. Only the refresh icon button is not needed in my opinion. You could just close the modal and reopen it to reload the backtest run data. Oh, could just open reopen to reload the backtest runs. Yes. Should the front-end proxy expose the backtest API as API backtester? Yes. Yes, I do agree. For the exit marker direction, should we derive the action labels from the current long only model? store explicit, entry exit sites. Current backtest code does not store entry exit or site. Entry does not store entry side or exit side. I mean, extending it for short trades would be also one of the next tasks. But maybe we can also then do this. Yeah, let's do the recommended way. Should we stop the grill and turn this into a yes? That will be now interesting because I just have reworked my my Ralph loop. I'm not sure if this actually will work. So I will now create a product requirement document out of this with all our decisions. And then turn this into issues and hopefully fully automated implement this. But I have just reworked this this Ralph repo. So Ralph loop is pretty much just a loop that takes issues, plans them, implements them, reviews them, and then pushes them and takes the next issue. That worked in the past, but I wanted to do some refactoring here. Just was not too happy with the actual structure of the folders and so on. Therefore, it might not work out of the box now. All right, that's our PRD. So we will work on the front end, the backtester, the database accessor API, and runtime config. And this should all be our decisions here. And sounds good. Just 2 issues. So this should be, where is this created? Hopefully in the current working directory. Before I had this always created in a separate directory, and I think then referring to it felt always a bit yeah, not that handy. Therefore I have now, yeah, that was also the reason why I reworked it. So I have now all the definitions, all the PRDs in the actual working directory where this belongs to. But I guess this should be, yeah, okay, it's get ignored. So this is only this, and this is all our decisions that we made. Right, only 7 issues. So we add plant protective prices and store contract. So that's the database access API, then persist backtester result. Schema 2. Expose backtester proxy and frontend API contracts. Okay, then do we have? Okay, it doesn't show anymore if they are AFK issues or human in the loop. Components. Or am I just overlooking it? No. Okay, all AFK as classification. Okay, then maybe that's why it doesn't show it anymore. Okay, looks good to me. How are they actually dependent on each other? This is ready. This can only start after 1. This is ready. Expose backtester proxy and front-end API contracts. That should be a small task, I guess. And this after 3. So we might even be able to run them on multiple issues at the same time. Okay, it writes it down, type AFK. Alright. Then I guess I need to push the changes. Let me quickly do this. the hour of the truth. So it should be Ralph loop. Let's do Ralph up. Ralph loop position. Okay, so this has not changed. Let's check Ralph loop dash prd. What is it called? Ah, it's even here. Back. Let me just copy this. Okay. Let's see. Does not work. Does not exist in Ralph. Wait, what? In Ralph. Why are you looking in Ralph? I want to run the first time the Ralph loop after the refactoring. It looks like it is still looking for the PRDs in the Ralph directory. But after the refactoring, it should now look for it in the working directory, in this case the algo trader directory. Okay, so I hope this is a quick fix. Setup alias uses npm prefix this. Caller. Is this even possible then? spot level fixed. Let's have a look what it actually did in code. There it is. So it expanded home. So now getting the directory from the directory where it is called, or infinite. Fixed in Ralph. The root cause was the Ralph setup alias runs through. See, I saw this as Ralph repo. I changed the repository resolution to use init current working directory only. Admin prefix page. Could I run this also now from a different directory, or is it always then taking the current working directory and looking there for new tasks? I mean, I think it's fine to always run the Ralph loop from the current default use directory you ran it from. Yeah, that's fine. You can run it from elsewhere by passing the repository ID. Okay. Oops. Then hopefully this works now. Nope. Planner fit. What? Not a Git repository. That's not true. context do we have? 25%. Let's just... It's now saying that it is not a Git directory, which is simply not true. Target is definitely a Git repository, current repos. Going to make fixes I'm going to make is give the planner an actual repository. Isn't this dry? It's dash dry run. Dry run. Okay. So that might work now. Are you done? Okay. Let's just try it. It looks better. Is it actually picking the issue? Let's see. Nope. Fair to connect to does this not work anymore? Okay, this one is still working. Yeah, so wait, didn't even pass all the tests. The one failure is the same publication log timing. Or maybe we tried to run it at the same time. Let's try it again. If it doesn't work, we might need to fix this as well. Yep. After refactoring, the actual Ralph loop is not working anymore. We already fixed some issues about the Git directory and the current working directory, but it looks like codecs cannot be started anymore from the Ralph loop. Do we have any other errors here? Issues, runs. Oh, it's just the same. Wait, this is unauthorized. Was this also unauthorized? It's also do I need to log in or something? But it worked in the past, so what did I do? I think this should just use my current codecs client. Not sure why it says unauthorized. Minimal containers. Docker image. I think we didn't, I didn't upgraded the versions or something from Sandcastle. So I think there should be no difference. Maybe package. 2 weeks ago. Still think not. Maybe just tries to use an old container. That might be the issue. Proceeding union. Permission denied. Yeah, it's bad that this now does not work anymore. Okay, it's an old codex version. Okay. Can we maybe do also something else in the meantime? Most of the work is now about the backtests are what I would like to work on. So this does not make any sense to work on this. So I would like to do for the front end also store indicators with parameter settings in the local storage. Loading multiple buckets of indicator data not working. Loading multiple buckets of indicators. Not even sure if this is still an issue. That was just some other things. Yeah. Some cleanup and so on. So this would be the only thing maybe we could also work on now. Or I will just continue to work on voice pipe. Because that's also something maybe not the website but the app. Check. I clean up the check for updates. Just currently here, application updates. This we don't need, and this could be maybe moved to the bottom. Let's maybe just work on voice pipe in the meantime while the valve loop is getting fixed. Voice pipe app codecs. The application updates is currently listed in the settings right in the middle. I would like to move this more to the bottom. Where do we want to put it? Let's say above the about section. Probably better, right? Probably above the about section. And also the label or the row to show if automatic updates is enabled. I would like to remove, because this is anyway not an option to disable. It is just an information and it is always on. We maybe do this in the same Same window, different tab, just. Oops. Clear this. Okay, that's still working. Ich arbeite gerade zum einen an meinem Algo-Trader-Framework. Möchte hier Backtests visualisieren. Das will ich eigentlich mit einer Ralph-Loop implementieren. Also quasi die pickt mir alle meine Issues und implementiert es dann vollautomatisch. Aber ich habe die jetzt letztens ein bisschen refactored und jetzt funktioniert sie nicht mehr. Und deswegen wird hier das gerade gefixt. Und weil wir sonst nichts anderes machen können, arbeite ich an meiner Text-Transcription-App weiter. Also Voice-to-Text-Transcription. Should applications move to immediately above? Yes, I do agree with that. Alright. Then fix microphone switching. I think that one I don't want to do on stream. There's a bit with testing probably involved. Or maybe we can just run an agent and I don't know. Maybe if it finds the issue. But can I articulate this issue? Let's skip this one for now. I guess this one as well. Guess I would like to introduce this here. Guess that's a nice feature. Is this here done? Running tests. All right. I would like to introduce introduce or implement a new feature, which is audio ducking. I would like to introduce with that feature a new tab in the select the settings, which should be advanced settings. It should have a proper icon with it, and for now only have the audio ducking feature or setting in it. The setting should be optional, so it should be possible to turn it on or off. The default setting should be off, and when it is turned on, it should appear a slider to select the how do you say it? To configure the strength of the audio ducking. Okay, implemented. This should now be at the bottom. Right. This is still running. Then let's quickly, I think we don't need to quit it. Let's build. Oh, I'm even running the local version. Then rebuild. There it is, setting, and yeah, I guess that's good. Still works. Looks good, commit your changes. What exactly should audio ducking mean? Oh, yeah, I should maybe explain this. The user-enabled recording behavior that temporarily lowers other applications' output audio. Only works. Yes, I do agree with this definition, but I think if possible, I would like to say that it is reducing the system audio and not the audio of each individual application. All right, commit this. what happened here? I thought this was just a simple refactoring, cleaning it up, and didn't thought it would break that much. All right, that's already committed. Do we have another issue on the side? It's done. And I would like to rework the pill model evaluation, new model. That's all nice to have features. Let's first continue here. Should the strength control be a true percentage, or should it map to the native levels? The macOS 14 voice processing API exposes ducking levels as min, mid, max rather than an arbitrary percentage. Voice. So it avoids implying precision. Actually control. So you say if you want to use the built-in macOS library for this feature, we only have the 3 strength for audio ducking. Is this correct? And otherwise we would need to build this in a custom way. I would prefer to have a linear slider. I guess strong ducking also would mean that there is still audio playing, and I would like to have it be able to turn it completely off. That would be possible with a linear slider. Okay, looks like this is coming to an end. This issue. Hope this is fixed then. broadly correct. The built-in macOS voice processing ducking API gives discrete levels, default, min, mid, max, not continuous, reducing the exact to exactly 37%. And the max does not mean silence. It is also tied to, which is a bigger change from the current AV capture session. Matches your product intent better. A linear slider with the ability to reduce system audio all the way to silence would mean a custom implementation, temporarily reading the current output device volume. It matches your product intent better, but has sharper edge cases, unsupported output devices. Output devices changes during recording and users manually changing volume while voice pipe is reading. I don't know what I want to do here. I think I will just then, for now, stay with the built-in macOS. I think I will, in this case, start with the built-in macOS voice processing and accept that we only have 3 different strength levels. Alright, this here is finally done. So it was not an old codex instance. Okay, let's see overlays. Let's first try dry run again. But this worked also before, therefore let's see if it can pick the issue. Hopefully. Yes, that looks better. So this is now running on the first issue and the third issue, implementing this. And when it's done, it will continue with the next issues. Nice. Hopefully also the rest works then. That it doesn't crash on implementing or merging then the issue. But I guess for now this here can be merged then. So tests loop. Okay. All right. Yeah, while this is running, can then just continue here. Alright, then strength becomes the smallest. Okay, should the setting UI still use a slider? Even though it has a 3-stop slider shown only audio. Is there a native slider for it? Does it say a 3-stop slider? Is there a native component for a 3-stop slider? Yes, but not a separate system component for this app. The native Swift UI shape would be a standard slider with step 1. The equivalent is NS. How does this look? Yeah, okay, let's just accept this. Yes, I agree with that. Next question, when should audio ducking be active? Yes. Recording. Wait, what should happen if native ducking cannot be enabled for recording? One should still start. Yes, I do agree. Still implementing. Should changing audio ducking setting be allowed during an active session? I do agree. Should audio ducking use advanced ducking in Apple's voice processing configuration? The native API has two concepts, a ducking level and enable advanced ducking. Based on a detective voice activity. System audio is not reduced during silence. No. I do agree. Next, are you comfortable with audio ducking audio ducking using a different recording capture path. Currently captures microphone audio with AV capture session. Apple's native ducking control lives in AV. So implementing native ducking likely means adding a native capture driver. Ducking path cannot start. Fall back to the existing capture. Okay. Should have any user-facing error state? No, please not. Be included in the diagnostic export. Yes, we can do this. Should advanced settings be enabled even when recording is currently unavailable? What? Should advanced settings be editable even when... yes. Okay, is this still running? It is. Let's hope it doesn't crash. If the user turns audio ducking off and later turns it back on, should voice pipe remember the last? Yes, we can do this. Should the advanced tab exist even though it currently contains only? Should it exist? Yes, please. Should audio ducking require any additional permissions prompt or setup actions? No. What should the user-facing strength labels be? Light, medium, strong? I'm not sure what's the best labels are here. I'm also not sure what's the best order of values is. So how I would assume that the leftmost value applies the strongest ducking. So it is what looks pretty much like a what is it called? Sound slider. or has the same logic behind it. So I would not make the leftmost value strongest. So pretty much inverted. Yeah, maybe it does make more sense. I don't know. Yeah, okay, we can do it this way. Should the audio ducking setting live in its own group title or directly as the only advanced settings? Yeah, group title. Yep, sounds good. I do agree. I do agree. Should the advanced tab mention that ducking is best effort? Yeah. Okay. This is still running. Here you can close this here. Docs are updated. Next question: if saving the audio ducking toggle or strength fail, should settings show an inline error? I mean, hopefully it does not fail. Yeah. Maybe you can have a look here at the logs, if it is actually still working. Runs. This one. 3, 1 implementation raw. Okay. Looks like it is already type checking. That's good. What is this one? This is implementation this. It's the raw log of this. Okay, and this is also verifying. Should audio ducking setting be license gated? Do we need a license for this? No. I do agree. Should audio ducking apply to recording? Apply to recordings started from both the menu bar? Yes, please. the microphone menu or microphone selection behavior. Should not add rows to the menu, change input source selection, or yes. Should it change this transcript model input? For example, for enabling echo cancellation or other voice processing effects. The product should not expose or promise noise suppression, echo cancellation. Okay. Oh, nice. This is now in review. The first one at planned protective prices and storage contract. Should the manual release checklist be acquired for this feature? Yes. Next version does this require an ADR. Oh, no idea. Test because. Okay, now I'm not sure. Is this something for PRD? Guess yes. Don't want to implement this right away. Guess this would extend our context too much. Okay. Let's write the PRD, then the issues. Let's see how many issues this will be. I think not that many. Maybe we can even implement this without a Ralph loop. I don't know. Yeah, but I think here it doesn't make much of a difference for this Apple, for this app. I'm not running this in a sandbox because the building is a bit complicated with Xcode. But here, for example, this for the algo trader, I'm running it in a sandbox, so in a separate Docker container to not break anything on the system. Not sure if this is actually needed. I don't really believe that Codex would just run any remove commands just on the system, but it's a bit more secure. So here we do 2 issues. Let's see how many issues it suggests to create. I'm wondering what it's doing here. Because I thought this would be a, I don't know, maybe 10-line change. 10-line code change. Okay, 12. Diagnostic export. Oh no, that's something different. I think that's IDRs. Okay, 6 issues. What does it do? Persist audio ducking settings. Establishes a type app state preferences. Okay, then add advanced setting. Okay. Thread ducking configuration into recording start. Into native ducking capture fallback. Add ducking diagnostic. And validate. That's a human in the loop. So that's a manual task. But that looks good to me. Probably before we then start the next Ralph loop. Is it? I don't have it open. I think we did some changes here. We don't. I think we committed it already. But some documentation is updated, so this needs to be updated or pushed before we can then start the Ralph loop. Then here we have the issues. Same as for the algo trader. Just definitions what each issue should achieve. So we run an individual agent on this. And guess with this command, maybe we can even do it in the same. Let's close this one and this, and then this is also done, right? Then go here in voice pipe app. Not codecs. And let's try first. Try run. I guess this will also not work, because the algo trader also didn't work. Oops. Du zweifelst an meinem Workflow, oder woran zweifelst du? Okay, that worked immediately. That's nice. I guess, yeah, because we here don't have the issue with with. Can I do this? No. Now it looks ugly. Because I'm not creating a Docker container for this. Hallo Paul. Schön, dich wiederzusehen. Ja, ich war lange nicht. Ich will nicht sagen, ich war nicht aktiv, aber nicht online zumindest hier. Hatte nicht so den Mut, Videos aufzunehmen und zu streamen, von daher. Aber in der Zwischenzeit habe ich viel gemacht. Also ich habe an einem Backtester gearbeitet. Aktuell arbeiten wir an der Visualisierung. Es ist schon 1 Minute her. Ah, I see. Jetzt verstehe ich das erst. Aber du bist Deutsch, oder? You are German, right, Paul? I have the English chat here, or I have the YouTube chat, and it is automatically transcribing, translating every message. So it transcribed. Can you see this? It transcribed yo dude into ich zweifelte. Ja, that's not really. Okay, yeah. Let's keep it in English. I also try to keep the stream in English. Yeah, I guess. I also at the start of the stream I had a problem with actually signing in into OBS, so the streaming software. But here's no translation now. Yeah. I mean, if the translations would be even good, then it would be nice, but how can I change this? Yeah, then sorry to everyone, I responded in German. Yeah. Anyway, didn't had that many viewers, so maybe there was any German. All right, this is now also working. Okay, then I have to hover over every message for now to see the actual message, not the German translated. Yeah, I did created a backtester that you can run in a vectorized way and event-driven way. So I think here, 4th April, I guess this was the last push on production or in main, which was also covered in my last video. And as you can see, there were quite some commits. Yeah, started to implementing a agentic workflow, however we want to call it. Where first define like a product requirement document and define all the tweaks and all the definitions I want to cover, and then running this Ralph loop, which is pretty much just a loop that runs over each issue then and does an implementation, a review, a verification, and then merges the issue automatically in the dev branch. Yeah, so I worked on some different topics also in the past few months. Not just the algo trader. Also created a speech to text app to easier be able to work on these easier to describe the agent, what I actually want to do. I think I published it last week. And yeah, that's what I'm working here on the left. Just implemented some audio ducking now, or I am currently implementing it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. definitely check it out. It's pretty much inspired by Whisper Flow, but it is locally, not as a subscription based. Just one-time payment. You are running the models locally. You can select different models, different languages. Also plan to improve this by a lot. It's, as I said, pretty much out for a week now and want to add new features into it. I'm not sure what we wanna do now. This is implementing, I guess that's, what was the 6 issues or something? Where's my, this one? This was 7 issues. That is it will now start the second issue. This is in progress. This one is also waiting for the third one, which is also finishing soon, hopefully. Yeah, but it will still take some time until this finishes. Yeah, for voice pipe, this is work in progress. This I can't do now because of headphones, how they are connected. This is a small bug. Maybe I will even end the stream now. I guess watching the agents to work is not very interesting. Yeah, maybe I will come back then tomorrow. Then the backtest visualization will be done and we can have a look. Maybe need some debugging, add some new features. We will see. Yeah, I guess that's it. I will call it a day. Thanks for everyone tuning in. Then maybe see you tomorrow. Have a nice evening. See you guys. Bye bye.